Good day, everyone. I am Mayzet K. Garcia, a student in EDD, Management and Decision Making, under Professor Ariel U. Cobillas at Caraga State University. Today, I will discuss conflict resolution strategies. Conflict is a normal part of life. It can happen in school, at work, in the family, and even in the community. People may have different opinions, values, goals, or needs. However, conflict does not always have to become negative. When handled properly, it can become an opportunity to understand one another, improve communications, and build stronger relationships. What is conflict? Conflict is a disagreement or a misunderstanding between two or more people. It may happen because people have different opinions, values, belief, needs, interests, goals, or communication style. For example, two classmates may argue because both of them wants to become the group leader. This is already a form of conflict. But conflict is not always bad. What matters most is how we respond to it. When we respond calmly and respectfully, conflicts can be solved peacefully. There are many common causes of conflict. One of the most common is miscommunications, where the message is not clearly understood. Conflict may also happen because unclear rules, personality differences, competitions, stress, unfair treatment, or lack of respect. In school, conflict may happen during group works, games, or classroom activities. In workplace, it may happen when responsibilities are not clear. Most conflict begins as small issues, but they become bigger when they are not clarified early. Conflict resolutions is important because it prevents small problems from becoming bigger. It helps people feel heard, respected, and understood. It also reduces stress, anger, and misunderstanding. In school, conflict resolutions helps create a safe and peaceful learning environment. In workplace, it improves teamwork and productivity. For example, when classmates talk calmly after an argument, they can continue working together peacefully. The first strategy is active listening. Active listening means listening carefully and respectfully to the other persons. We should not interrupt while someone is speaking. We should maintain eye contact. Listen not only to the words, but also to the feelings. Ask questions politely and repeat or summarize what we heard. When people feel that they are truly listened to, they usually become calmer. Active listening shows respect and helps both sides understand each other better. The second strategy is respectful communication. In resolving conflict, we should use calm words and express our feelings without attacking the other persons. It is better to use I statement such as I feel hurt when or I was confused because instead of saying you are selfish. We can say I felt sad when I was not given a chance to speak. This way, we express our feelings without blaming or insulting others. The third strategy is emotional control. Many conflicts become worse because people speak or act while they are angry. Before responding, it is important to pause or manage our emotions. We can take a deep breath, pause before speaking, lower our voice, take a short break, and think before reacting. When emotions are too strong, it is better to wait until everyone is calmer before talking again. Emotional control helps avoid hurtful words and actions. The fourth strategy is collaborations and compromise. Collaborations means working together to find a win-win solutions. Compromise means both sides adjust or give way a little to reach an agreement. This strategy focuses on solutions instead of argument. For example, if two learners both want to present, they may agree to divide the report into two parts. In this way, both learners are given a fair chance. The fifth strategy is mediations and restorative approach. Some conflicts needs help from a neutral persons, such as a teacher, a counselor, school head, parents, or supervisor. These neutral persons help both sides talk peacefully. A restorative approach focuses on understanding who was hurt, taking responsibility, repairing the harm, and restoring relationships. It teaches people to apologize, forgive, and rebuild trust. Conflict resolutions follow a simple process. First, we must stay calm. Second, we listen to each side. Third, we identify the real problem. Fourth, we discuss possible solutions. Fifth, we choose a fair solutions. Sixth, we agree on the next step. Lastly, we follow up if needed. The goal of the conflict resolutions is not to blame anyone. The goal is to understand the problem and choose the fairest solutions for everyone involved. Conflict resolutions is useful in both schools and workplace settings. In school, it helps learners settle disagreement peacefully. It also encourages respect during group activities and helps prevent bullying and exclusions. In the workplace, conflict resolutions promote teamwork, clarify responsibilities, and helps people address concern professionally. For example, two teachers may calmly discuss their schedules and agree on how to share classroom materials. To conclude, conflict is a normal part of life. What matters most is how we handle it. Through respect, listening, patience, fairness, cooperations, active listening, respectful communications, emotional control, collaborations, compromise, mediations, and restorative practices, conflict can be resolved peacefully. Conflict should not only be seen as a problem. It can also become an opportunity to understand one another better and build stronger relationships. Thank you and good day!